Hi everyone, it's Buckle Stitch and I'm back for an update on my whips and other cross stitching stuff that you might want to know about. I haven't done a normal video update for at least a month now. I did one you might have seen a couple of weeks ago where I just did a flip through of a couple of books at the request of somebody on Instagram, so if you watched that I hope you enjoyed it. I've had another request on Instagram to do a flip through of a new magazine that I've got, so I will probably do that at the end of this video, so if you're not interested in that then you'll know when to stop watching. So yeah, I'm sort of midway through my summer holidays from school. I've had a really busy 2.5 weeks since finishing school, so I went on holiday 28th of July for a week, so I came back on the 4th of August. I had lots of family and friends around on the 6th of August for a big birthday barbecue, as I turned 30 on Monday, so you can see all my cards and stuff there. Then on Monday, my actual birthday, went out for a meal and to see School of Rock at the theatre, which was really good. So I think I'm going to go again, maybe with my friend who hasn't seen it at some point, because the seats I had weren't that great. We had like we were on a front row but at the top, and we had a kind of a bar across the front, so about 2/3 of the stage was easy to see if you're kind of set up. If you wanted to see it, the rest of the stage, you kind of had to like duck under and look through the sort of the mesh underneath the bar, so I might book it again and pick some better seats. So yeah, I did that. Yeah, and then Tuesday this week, what did I do? Oh, I went to the cinema. What else did I do? Oh, I can't remember. Yeah, and then yesterday I went out with my husband and my friend for lunch, and then went to babysit my friend's children last night. So this is, I would say, the first proper day in 2.5 weeks that I have been at home, not had loads of stuff to do, and I've had time to film an update. So I just put a little warning out there. My husband is currently working, he's a paramedic, but as we live really close to the station he works from, he does have a tendency to pop home. So if he does come home, then I will pause this and join the videos together. But fingers crossed, do it uninterrupted. He's actually been at home all morning and only got a call out at about 1:45. So that's over half his shift where no one has required an ambulance today, so in our area, so that's good. Okay, so anyway, so I have stitched, since I last filmed a normal update, I have stitched on 3 different things. So I will show you, what shall I show you first? I think I'll show you the one I've done least on and work my way up. So this is a project, oh no, where is it? Oh, bear with me. It's on the Lowy stand. Okay, so this is a kit that I have been working on for my friend who I work with, and her baby is due in November. I will show you, so I'll show you what it's supposed to look like. So this is the front cover of the kit, and obviously I can't put pictures of this on Instagram because I think, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure my friend who this is for follows my buckle stitch account, so I can put pictures on it. So if you were to look back on previous YouTube or FlossTube videos, I've actually done quite a lot. I think I've done quite a lot of this since my last one. I'm pretty sure the bear's head wasn't complete a month ago. But I got to a stage where I got a bit fed up with it, put it away and did some other bits. But I think I'm going to spend a good week just working on this whip. Hopefully get the bike finished. I think once I've done the front of the bike, I might work up and go to the basket and the little bunny that's in the basket. So actually I'm really pleased with how it looks on camera. Looks really solid, no gaps in the stitching. Quite neat stitches, I think. So yeah, quite pleased with that. This also is a new frame cover that I bought from someone on Facebook called Crafty All Sorts. She doesn't really like promote her page very much. It seems like it's very dormant, not a lot of activity goes on. But as I've ordered some from her before, and I know that she replies to sort of Facebook messages, I just sent her a message and say, could you make one for an 11 by 11 frame, please? Chose the fabric out of the picture she has on her Facebook album, and then she makes it and sends it. Yeah, so that's Crafty All Sorts, and I have found her prices to be the cheapest for frame covers out of all the other places, and they're really good quality. They always fit really well. Always fit really well. I think I've got four. I've got 3 or 4 from her. So yeah, really pleased with that. So this needle minder, my sunglasses needle minder, is from Lister Stitches, who I follow on Instagram, and I think I bought these via Etsy. And this was a little M&M needle minder from Lisa S Stitches at No More Lost Needles. Yeah, I think that was a free one she gave me with a purchase, so thank you. Yeah, so this is being stitched on it's a pale blue even weave of some description. I cannot remember where it's from. It might be from Sparkly's. It might be one of my fabrics of the month from Sparkly's. I'm not sure what count it is. But yeah, so I'm really pleased with how that's looking so far, and I'm going to carry on with that when I finish filming. Okay. So what I was working on for a couple of weeks prior to going on holiday is something that I haven't worked on for a long time before that. And this was one of the pieces I started when I really first started getting into watching FlossTube, and I joined Stitch Mania, and it kind of opened up a whole new world of cross-stitch stuff that was going on out there. So before this I was kind of a one whip only, just stitching for people's birthdays or new babies, and still do that, but not so much for myself. I kind of picked occasions to stitch for. But yeah, so this was one of the first pieces I did when I kind of started getting more into all the stitching that was going on. So this is, oh, this is massive. This is Belle de Mer by Joan Elliott. And last time you would have seen this on Instagram or FlossTube, I would have only had done, I don't know how I'm going to hold this, I might have to stand up. I would only have done probably there to about there. I experimented with parking for this when I first started it, and I realised that wasn't for me. So I finished all the parked threads that I had hanging, and then I just picked a colour and went with that colour for a while. So yeah, I think first of all I worked downwards and did a lot more of her tail, and I did all of this purple bit over a couple of days, and then most of a seahorse here. And then more recently I did her head and the top part of her hair and this part of her chest and neck, and then I finished off this side of the seaweed. So yeah, and I'm really pleased. I know it's a bit of an unusual fabric choice, but I quite like it being like in the murky depths of the sea kind of feel. And this piece of fabric was from a grab bag that I bought from Sparkly's well over a year ago. It's even weave of some sort, but I don't know. So the fabric is way too big for what it actually will take up, but better too much than not enough. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how the colours are showing up on it as well. Needle minder is from Lister Stitches. And yeah, so I'm stitching this in anchor threads. The design, I know you can buy the design separately, but I have it in an issue of Cross Stitch Crazy magazine, so I'm using it from there. And I'm yet to have a go at using the Krennic and the beads, but I have got them in my watch. So got this Krennic to use on her at some point. So number 28, very fine number 4 braid. And then a couple of sets of beads. Oh, it's not really focusing on them, but so like a white pearly bead, and then some bluey, really dark bluey colour Mill Hill beads. So I'm not too sure whether I might start, I don't know whether to leave all the beads, I suppose I should leave all the beads to the end. I've never beaded before. So any tips anyone's got on how to best add the beads on would be greatly appreciated. Don't know whether to do some as I go, or do some of the back stitching as I go. Do some of the Krennic as I go, or leave all the Krennic till the end. I don't know. So if anyone has any suggestions, any of you that have stitched anything like this before, maybe a Nora Corbett or a Mirabilia or another Joan Elliott piece, please let me know if you have any tips. Yeah, but for the moment I'm just doing the easy cross stitch part. So yeah, that's that one. And the only other piece I have worked on since I last filmed was a piece that I took away on holiday with me. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen a few updates, and I actually got a lot more done on holiday on this than I thought I would. So this is 4 Owls by Bothy Threads, and I'll try and find a picture. Okay, so this is what it will look like in the end. This was picked by my mum when we went to the Alexandra Palace stitching show a couple of years ago. She picked this out and wanted me to stitch it for her. Yep, so, and this is how far I have got. If you were to look back on my Instagram, you will see that I think I've only done some of the green, maybe part of a wing and the branch and the hearts, but on holiday I managed to get all of the pattern inside all of these little patterns done inside the main part of his body. Got both wings finished. I did the purple of the eyes, and yeah, pretty much almost finished this owl. So then what I'll do afterwards is I will do the rest of the middle heart section, and then I'll decide which owl to do after that. So needle minder is from Needle Keep Emporium, and this fabric was from Crafty Kitten a long time ago, so I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, I'm really pleased with that. It looks very pinky on the screen, but yeah, the fabric is like a peachy pinky colour, but the design's looking a bit pink for some reason, but it's not really. So yeah. So yeah, I managed to stitch a little bit on the plain. Sorry, I just keep looking out the window just in case. Just in case the paramedic husband comes back. Yeah, so I stitched some on the plain. I managed to stitch some while I was sitting on a sunbed before it got too hot and ended up getting sun cream everywhere. So yeah, so they are my 3 whips that I have worked on since I last did an update. I don't know if I've shown you this before, but this came in very, very handy, and it's come in handy twice now on 2 trips I've taken on a plane since I started cross stitching. This was a free gift in the World of Cross Stitching magazine. Goodness knows when, probably 2-3 years ago maybe. And this is a cutter, and I don't know if you can see in between the petals in there is a blade. So you can get on planes with this. No issues with going through airport scanners and whatnot. It you know, makes cross stitching on a plane easy and doable because you haven't got to worry about taking any scissors. So I'm sure these are a little bit like when I used to work in a supermarket, like box cutters. You kind of have a blade concealed within the bits of plastic. So, you know, if anyone was going on a trip on a plane and wanted to take cross stitching but didn't know what to do about the scissor issue, then something like that has proven to be really useful. So I'm sure if you searched on eBay or something, they'd be around somewhere. Yes, so I did write a couple of notes down. Okay, so, oh yes, I haven't really made any purchases until yesterday, or did I do it this morning? Until this morning. And I am going to, let me see if I can find it and show you. I'm going to start a new whip soon. I did say to myself, oh, maybe I'm going to finish something first and then start something. I might not start it till I finish the bear on the bike, but we shall see. So I'm going to buy a design from Stitch Rovia, and it is this one. I have really admired this one for a long time, ever since I sort of discovered Stitch Rovia, really. Canada is one of my favourite places in the world, or favourite countries in the world. I have been there twice. I went there for my honeymoon, and then I went there a couple of years before that to a different part. So, yeah, my husband's brother lives there as well, so I want to stitch this, but I don't want to stitch it on white because I think I end up getting bored if I stitch on white. So I posted a message on the Sparklies Facebook group, sort of asking for suggestions. I had some really good suggestions. Sparklies have a range which are called Slightly Something, so which I thought would be sort of perfect when it was suggested. There's slightly spring, slightly summer, slightly, so they're very pale but a slight hint of colour. So what I really wanted, and Kate from Sparkly's actually replied and said maybe something pale green or pale blue would be really good. And there wasn't a slight one in a slightly range that kind of was pale green and blue. So I found another one on her website called Primrose, which is like pale yellows and greens and blues. Oh, she's got a very weird shadow on my wall and I've just realised it's a balloon. Ignore me. So yeah, I have ordered that in 18 count Ada to use for that new design. So I haven't actually bought the design off of Etsy yet, but I thought fabric normally takes, you know, 4 weeks or so to come. So I thought if I ordered it now, I'll be able to order the threads and the pattern at the time that I get the fabric through the post. So yeah, sorry, I keep looking out the window. Don't want to be interrupted. Yes, so, oh yeah, I will show you the magazine that I was talking about earlier, if I can find it. Okay, so this is a magazine. So if you're not interested in this, then turn off. I don't think I'll do a flip through of the whole thing. I'll just show you a few so you can get the idea. Now, I don't like to be negative really, but I didn't really like it. I ordered it a while ago because I thought, oh, it looks modern, looks different. Some of the sneak peeks of things looked really interesting, but I don't really like it. I thought I'd take a gamble and give it a go because this was £10. I think I just got a bit carried away. Maybe thought, oh, I haven't bought anything cross-stitchy for a while. I can spend £10 on a magazine. Luckily, it's biannual. It's not a monthly one like the others. And I think the point that this magazine is getting at is that it's aiming to be very different to the world of cross-stitching and Cross-Stitch Crazy and all those other ones. So it's got the little tagline at the top, a cross-stitch magazine for a modern world. I kind of feel like throughout this there are many digs at, you know, the cross-stitch magazines that we are used to. Maybe dig isn't the right word, but it kind of, I don't know, there's something about it that I'm not too sure about. So I'll just give you an example of some of the things in it. Okay, so it's quite, the layout is different, and you know, it's quite refreshing, I guess, to see something like this. So that's kind of your contents page. It doesn't have any like readers' letters or anything like that that the other magazines have. I quite like this sort of Las Vegas type neon signs. It all begins here. And then it's got the chart on the next page. So yeah, I might not be able to show you some of these because it's the patterns and stuff. But I didn't realise, I thought revolution just generally meant, for the title of this magazine, I thought it just generally meant it was going to be different to the usual cross-stitch magazine. But every piece in it has got something to do with being revolutionary and kind of standing up for what you believe in and that kind of thing. And it kind of, by the end of flicking through the magazine, I thought, I'm a bit fed up with this now. So there's that one. It's in like revolutions, circles, going round and round and round. Now there's this one, and I thought Mumula might like this. So it's on a cushion. I don't know how well I'm showing you this, but it's quite nice and colourful. Not, I wouldn't stitch it, but it's quite cool. I'll give you a really quick glance at the pattern. There you go. There are some articles in here about different things. See, I'm going to show you this at a glance, so because it's the pattern, but there is no way on earth I would ever stitch something like this. I don't really know why anyone would, but apologies if I'm offending anybody out there, but that's it. Don't get it. I'll tell you something else that they do as well, and without trying to show you the pattern too much. There you go. Can you see the little record and the little thing here? It kind of suggests a song to listen to while you're stitching it. So I thought that was quite a good idea. And I think the music kind of ties into the theme of Revolution as well, because most of the songs I haven't even heard of. What else might you be interested in? Oh yeah, this is a magazine not intended for children also. So yeah, there's that. Bit weird. That's quite nice, I guess. Yeah, see, this is oh, we're self-explanatory if I just show you the picture. Some of you might recognise that poster. So now it's been turned into a cross-stitch pattern for you. There is a cross-stitcher of the month section. So that is interesting. I've just realised I just said something really stupid earlier. Of course, there's not going to be any readers' letters because it's the first issue. And looking at this again, there are actually other bits and bobs. So you've got cross-stitcher of the month. You've got sort of like cross-stitch accessories to buy. That's a pattern. That is the pattern. Won't show it too long because you might start to, I don't know, have a seizure or something. It's just mind-boggling. This is a pattern also. That's the picture of what you'd be stitching. What else? That's quite cute. Something they talk about in here that I have seen a few times is twitch.tv, where people can like stitch along. So it's just like a live stream of you stitching, and I think people can like watch you or join in or whatnot. So I'll probably read that properly later and find out about it. So it sounds quite interesting. I suppose you do get a lot for your £10. This is a really like thick, well produced magazine. It's like really good quality. So that. Resist expectance or expect resistance. Now I need to read this article, but that has got the title Crapistry, which is quite funny. But I'm not sure why, so I'd have to read it a bit more. Now, I quite liked this. And this made me think of something, I don't know, maybe someone like McKenna at Every Stitch Counts might like to stitch. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but I think that would appeal to lots of people. I don't know if it's coming out backwards to you, but just in case it is, it says a woman's place is in the revolution, and you've got Emmeline Pankhurst, Rosa Parks, and lots of other very important women in history. Yeah, so definitely not appropriate for children. Check that title out. Hey, yeah, that one. That's alright. That's got a whiff of Stitch Rovia about it. But it's by Bobo Stitch. Yeah, so I think hopefully I've given you a rough idea of what this magazine entails. And don't get me wrong, maybe I was a little bit negative at the start. It's a very good quality magazine. The pages are really thick. It's, you know, it feels like it is worth the £10 that you spent on it. It's got all the designers at the back. So if you were going to buy this in the shop, then you can kind of get a rough idea if you'd like it or not. I ordered this online before it was even printed, I think. So I had to wait a little while for it to come. And at the back of the magazine, it tells you, it's got a really comprehensive guide of how to cross stitch. It's got how to do the loop. How to use a waist knot. How to do fractional and back stitches. How to frame. So it is a really well produced piece of literature. That's not the right word, is it? But you know what I mean. But none of the patterns really are things that I would want to stitch. So what I think I will do is I think I will do a giveaway for this. So if anybody is interested in receiving this copy, because there really is nothing that I would stitch in it, then what can I do? What could you do at the end of this video? Or what could you comment? I really don't know. Sorry, there's long moments of silence in this video. Tell me. So right, don't say giveaway or anything like that. Tell me what, if you had unlimited amount of money, what cross stitch goodies would you buy yourself? If you won the lottery today, what would be the first cross stitch thing you buy? So if I see you have a comment with an answer to that question, I will put you into a giveaway for it. I will use I'll use that random comment generator thing that I've seen used before. And yeah, so I'll keep it worldwide. I don't mind posting it anywhere around the world. It will just be taking up space in my house, and I'd rather give it to somebody who, you know, might like to stitch even just one pattern from it. So yeah, I will keep it open until, let's say, say 2 weeks. So I'll do the random comment generator on Wednesday, the 24th of August. So 2 weeks. Tell me, if you won the lottery today, what would be your first cross stitch purchase? And yeah, if you comment with something like that. I'll automatically put your name in and pick someone. And then I'll let you know, and you can send me your address somehow. So yeah, the next one, it says in the back of it, next issue, beats. So I'm guessing it might have some sort of music theme throughout. So I might prefer the second one. I may give it a go, but I'm not sure. So yeah, sorry for the waffly video. I don't feel like I've been very coherent. I'm a little bit out of practice. So it's now 35 minutes long. I'm sure I could have probably made it 25 minutes long with less pauses like I've just done. Anyway, so thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I am going to carry on stitching my bear on a bike, and I think I'm going to watch updates from Essex Stitcher, Stitch M, and Pip Stitch I saw as well. So yeah, I'm catching up on those today. So I hope everyone has a good stitchy week and weekend, and I will see you all soon. Bye.